Okay, hey guys, so I'm going to do a tarot card reading for the end of Mercury Retrograde. Have a freaking Luya. How intense was that, dudes? This is a reading for the collective, reading the energy coming out of Mercury Retrograde. You know, how will we move forward, how best to move forward with a great big smile on our faces and, a howl of relief. I am going to keep an eye on the time. I really want to stay under a half an hour, so I apologise if I'm checking my clock. Mercury retrograde, so Mercury is technically still in shadow. Without getting too technical, like basically I still wouldn't, if I was you, make huge changes to your appearance, sign contracts if at all possible to avoid it, buy expensive big items, or as well, if you've been thinking about it and waiting for Mercury retrograde to pass, thinking you might ask someone out now or something like that, get involved with someone, go on a first date, I'd still wait. I would wait until the 9th of December to move forward on any of it, because the shadow period can be as sneaky as the retrograde, but it's not as intense. But like, I don't mess with the shadow periods, but I have an awful lot of Gemini Mercury, in my chart. Mercury is very busy in my chart, so like, I take the shadow periods very seriously. You may do as you please, but already I can feel the energy has shifted. It's all so much lighter. Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time talking about astrology. I want to get straight into the reading. Very interesting things happening this week. Mercury going direct. Mercury becoming more visible in the sky, which is really interesting and positive and forward moving for communication. And also we have the most beautiful Venus and Jupiter conjunction on Saturday, I think. Venus and Jupiter, they're conjuncting in Sagittarius, sign of, like kind of spirituality and education, higher education, that's it, higher realms of spirituality, higher realms of education, travel, movement, Sagittarius isn't as connected to the ground as other signs might be. It's all a bit out there. So it's a nice place to have a conjunction wherever it happens in your chart. But Jupiter and Venus, both really positive, beneficial, loving planets, So nice things happening this week, but I would still take the conjunction, take the retrograde shadow period kind of seriously. Okay. All that being said, let's get into the reading. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, please bless and cleanse this space. Please bless and cleanse this space. Please bless and cleanse this space. Thank you. Will you please bless and cleanse my cards? Bless and cleanse the cards. Bless and cleanse the cards. And send some healing cleansing towards my crystals. Mercury retrograde always does this to me. It makes I'm not very clear with communicating. Kind of wrecks my head a little bit, but there's nothing I can do. It happens a lot. So, if I'm stepping over my words, that's just how it goes. I would like to send some loving and some healing and some clarity. Now that Mercury is direct to whoever is watching and whoever would like it, I send you peace and love and calm. So nice, so nice. I'm not going to leave that burning. I always start tarot card readings with a prayer. Calling in some angels for a bit of guidance and a bit of support. So, okay, let's see. So, what would it benefit? How would it benefit? What would it benefit the collective to know now that Mercury is moving out of retrograde? Moving forward, how best to use this energy? What will we do? What will we think about? What's going on? What do people need to hear? So, let's have a look and see what people need to hear coming out of this Mercury retrograde 2019. What do people need to hear? What would it benefit the collective to know? What do people need to hear? Okay. What do people need to know? Oh, nice. So, we have the Empress. Third card of the major arcana. The major arcana, fated life events, big deals, big things happening in our life, big processes, fated life events. Big. So the Empress is a really beautiful card. The Empress is a card of creativity and of being full to the brim of creative ideas and things we want to bring into the world. Like, she's very often pregnant, so it's, you know, ideas you want to birth, or businesses you want to birth, or new partnerships that you want to birth. So it's very abundant, creative, exciting, you know, positive energy. Like, the Empress is all about positivity, moving forward, and, you know, having faith in our own creative abilities to see through the projects that we want to birth and bring out into the world. So that's really nice. So coming out of Mercury retrograde, that was all very murky, and people were a bit confused and probably questioning how they were to move forward, and questioning whether they might make the right decisions, or looking at their creative projects and thinking like, this is going nowhere, what's the story? That's what Mercury retrograde does, always makes us look back, it doesn't allow us to move forward. And now the Empress is saying, like, it's time. If you have this beautiful creative project that you are really interested in getting moving, the thing is, a creative project could be a band, it could be, you know, an art exhibition, it could be your own vision board. Like, creative projects are personal to each of us, you know what I mean? I'm working on my vision board. So it could be your own vision board, it could be anything. It could be redecorating your room so that it's more cozy and beautiful and comfortable for you. Like, whatever your creative project is that you felt was at a bit of a standstill, now is the time. Now is the time. You know, go for a walk in nature, do a bit of meditation, remove the dead weight of the Mercury retrograde, and proceed. Proceed with like faith as well. You know, believing yourself, trusting in yourself that you have what it takes to do what you want to do. Big projects, small projects, doesn't matter, whatever. You have what it takes, and the tarot is telling you that now. You know? Okay, lovely. And so, how else would we like to... Okay, so that's excellent. That's a beautiful start so far. I was hoping for a positive start. So we're working on our creative projects. We're moving forward. What else? What else do we need to know right now? What else do we need to know right now? Yeah, so there's been great healing that's occurred throughout the Mercury retrograde through Scorpio. I will say this, that's the point as well about retrogrades, is that it forces you to look back and look over things. And the Scorpio one was, you know, it was a lot about what's in our subconscious and what is the dark creatures that hide in the back of our minds. We all have them. And, you know, there's two things I want to say about this. One is, we are all supposed to do shadow work. Everyone needs to do shadow work. It's expected of us on this plane of existence. That's my personal belief. And there's nobody above having a shadow. Everyone has an ego, everyone has a shadow side, everyone's done things that they regret, that they're shameful of. You know, we all have work to do on our shadow side. And once we do work on it, we start to evolve. So through the retrograde period that's just occurred, we've all had to do that. And I think people really have. And I think that there's been a lot of healing. The retrogrades as well are also a very good time to do things like that, to look back, to do shadow work, and to end things. But be warned, if you end something in a retrograde, it tends to stay over. That's not to be warned, that's a good thing. So whatever kind of shadow work and confusion that you're moving out of, you know, it's only for your benefit, and it's only been good. And I know it's left you feeling emotionally shook. But really, like, it's, you know, it's excellent. It's excellent that the work has been done. It's excellent that we've allowed ourselves to heal. And it's excellent that we've dropped whatever, or we've at least, whether or not you've dropped the habit or not, that you know needs to go, you know what habit it is that does need to go. So you do have what it takes. And now we have Mars as well. Oh, I should have said that. Mars moving into Scorpio, which is excellent. It's a really interesting energy to just follow the retrograde, because Mars is at home in Scorpio, first of all, and he's the power of passion and drive. And, you know, Mars is a warrior spirit, warrior energy. So but we can be the warrior for ourselves as well, you know. So we've looked at what we need to get rid of, and we've looked at what's holding us back, and we've looked at what really creeps us out in our subconscious and the bad things that we've done, and we've decided to forgive ourselves and move on. And now we have this powerful Mars energy to really see it through. You know what I mean? So now is a great time to just, it's not about crawling through our subconscious now anymore. It's about making a final decision about what it is that we need to change and doing it. Wow. I really like this. So this is, just to say, this is the Star card. This is another major arcana. And it's just a card of like total healing, divine guidance, you know. It's a really, really beautiful, heartfelt energy, and to have both the Empress and the Star together is lovely. You know, beautiful, powerful energies that are allowing us and helping us to overcome this confusion and toxic sludge and toxic waste that we've all worked through. And we've seen, you know, we've seen where we're selfish and we choose our own needs over other people's, and we've seen where we're power hungry and we push other people to the side to take what we want. And you know, it's like, it's very hard to see aspects of ourselves that we don't like, but everyone's got it. We all have these shadow toxic energies that need working on, you know what I mean? But we're moving away from that now. That's the point. Like, there's been a massive healing around this, you know, kind of selfish energy, and it's just time to move on. 7/7/20. Yeah, we have an opportunity now with Mars moving into Scorpio. You know, there's just this excellent opportunity to just be final about it, because he'll give us what it takes to make changes, and then there's new beginnings in order for all of us. Okay, this is lovely, guys. This is really nice so far. Okay. Just a minor word of warning. Over the next few days, Mars is opposite in the sky from Uranus. So just be careful of minor accidents. There's the potential now for people to do things in a really head up energy. That means you do something too fast and you hurt yourself. Cut yourself, bang your toe, could even be a bit more serious than that, because Mars rules like surgery and blood and cutting yourself and things like this. So just be careful. Word to the wise, darlings. Watch the energy. But really it's a very positive energy. Mars going through Scorpio, and he's there for the next 6 weeks, and he's just, you know, he just gives us what we need, and he likes being in Scorpio. That's always a bonus when the planets like being in the sign that they're in. The problems come when they don't like being in the sign that they're in. Okay. I love the Star card. It's a beautiful card of healing. And like, the thing is as well, if people are thinking, you know, what's that, you know, that I'm too late, like I'm too old to start something, I'm too late to start it, it's too late in the game, I've been doing this habit or repeating this pattern for so long, like I can't change it. Like, these cards completely disagree with that, and there's no such, like, age is irrelevant really, like time isn't even linear, you know what I mean? So the whole age argument is, you know, it's outdated, like it's archaic, it doesn't count anymore. So anyone who's thinking that, like, no way, now is the time, la 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 la. Things can only get better, guys. Okay, so this is excellent so far. So what else would tarot like us to know? What else would, you know, what else would we need to know? Oh my god, these are great cards. I was so hoping this would be a positive reading, because I feel like my 12 signs for November were intense readings, all of them. I didn't really love any of those readings. I felt like they were all full of work for everyone. So we've another 2 really nice cards. So, you know, the 6 of Wands and the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is a card of, I know it says judgment, that's not what it's about. Well, no, it isn't. It's about up-leveling. It's about judging ourselves, realizing what we needed to get rid of. And then because of that, we're able to up-level. And by up-level, I mean increase our vibration, because we've worked on our shadow side and gotten rid of some of it. Spat it out. I actually might do a bit of a ritual myself, either tonight or tomorrow, where I write down some stuff that I'm really willing to let go to the Scorpio retrograde. You know, just let it go. Today or tomorrow, though, is the time to do that. Yeah, I think I will do that. Just to be final about it. You know what I mean? Like, I've done the work, it's time to leave it go. What are you leaving go? I'm leaving all these things go. Good luck. Get lost. I'm done. And like I have already said this really, but the Six of Wands is a card of victory. So if we decide to take it seriously now, take Mars moving into Scorpio really seriously to help us to make these big changes, and as well that conjunction between Venus and Jupiter, which is just super positive and super full of love, and that's like a kiss for the entire zodiac. You know, that energy of the two of those planets meeting will just be this, I don't want to say explosion because it's much nicer than that, but it's just this love bomb. Like, it's just this beautiful, loving, powerful energy that's going to shower down, rain down on top of everyone. And then we get to keep Mars in Scorpio for 6 weeks, you know? So this is a victory card. Like, this is the card of success. It's a card of seeing a project through. It's a card of, it's also a card of public acclaim, you know? So if you're looking for, you know, I felt that as well. And I felt that in a lot of the readings I did for November, that people felt unheard. And they felt like nobody cared about them. And there was an awful lot of loneliness going on in a lot of those readings. And people felt like they were really, you know, I'm on my own. People aren't supporting me. People aren't helping me. People aren't even noticing that I'm down. People are too busy in their own life. That's because everyone's down. People were too busy trying to keep themselves afloat, you know? And this whole energy shift is super positive. And like, so I think we'll all feel more visible to our friends, like, you know, just visible to, like, yeah, to the people we want to notice us, you know, to your friends, to the people you love, to your family, to like whatever. I mean, if you're looking for public acclaim, then there's a chance of that as well, like. But the point I'm making is, you know, we're just gonna feel much more included and much more. Yeah, it's like seen, you know, sometimes you walk into a room and you say hi to people and you're like, nobody said hi, like, this is super weird. Like, can people actually not see me? Like, you know, it's going to be the opposite of that. You're going to walk in and people are going to be happy and it's going to be lovely to see you and everyone's going to be happy. But that's as well because you're vibrating at a higher level now, because you have decided that, because of the work we've all done. Right, so we're all vibrating now at a higher energy. There's very positive aspects in the universe, in the zodiac, in the sky occurring, and it's great. Woohoo! So, like, 26. Yeah, it's a very powerful time as well. Like, there's a lot of power. People are feeling more powerful in themselves. That's the thing about the retrograde as well that just happened. I think people felt weakened, man. They just felt like empty and weakened, because when you feel empty, you feel weak. And vice versa. It's a cycle. You know, so people are feeling now a bit stronger in there, like your heart feels like it's come back to life, and you feel like, hang on, I felt like I had nothing to give last month, whereas now I feel like I've got loads to give. And isn't that interesting, actually, that if we felt like people weren't paying us attention, you know, we're also projecting an awful lot of how we feel onto people. So there was an awful lot of that going on. You know, I feel empty, so I'm projecting the fact that people can't see me back to myself. That's interesting, because I've just thought that out. But now the change has come, you know what I mean? But yeah, the change has come. Like, there's a potential here for very successful up leveling of our vibrational field. But it is about, like, you know, we do need to take the final swing at whatever it is we're not doing. Like, I still haven't started exercising. I have to start exercising. And that's what Mars going into Scorpio, I'm going to use that for. Exercising and hopefully eating a little bit less sugar. I don't believe in fundamentals of anything. You know, I'm not going to exercise 7 days a week. Well, maybe I'll do a bit of yoga 7 days a week, but I'm not going to do this mad. And I'm also not going to give up sugar. Like, but you know, bit of both, guys. Bit of both. No, I'm okay. So I think this is amazing. This is a great reading so far. The victory card as well. Yeah, it's just a card of connecting with people. You know what I mean? connecting on the Judgment card. It's just such a much more positive vibe that we can bring to the table. And there's quite a few major arcana here as well. Like these are big energies. 23 and 17 is 30. New beginnings, guys. It's all about new beginnings. Now is the time. Now is the time. Which I think is very lovely, because it's not a new beginning that we feel we have to fight our way out of. It's a new beginning that we are being offered because we've done the hard work. See, this is it. The universe expects us to do the hard work. The universe expects us to do 51%. You do 51%, you break a sweat, you do some work. I don't mean kill yourselves, but we have to push ourselves in for what we want. You have to fight for what we want in this world. This is the world we all chose to come to. We all decided to come here. God knows why sometimes. I really don't. I think, my soul decided to come here? It's interesting. Why did it do that? But it did. And, you know, sometimes it's a struggle and sometimes the energies are more in our favor. And right now the energies are more in our favor. And this is awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I do believe that we have to do 51% of the work. And then the universe will rush in and meet you with 49% and help you to expand in a very like open-hearted and honest way. But first of all, we have to do the work. That's what I think. Okay, Tarot, this has been an excellent reading so far. If there are more cards, I'll take them, and if not, that's okay too. Because this has been really, really nice so far. So let's see. Is there anything else the collective needs to know? Yes, there is. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. These cards were necessary. So, all of these positive things are happening and people are like, okay, cool, Jacqui, but which way to go now? So the way to go now is work. Work, work, work. Whatever amazing ideas you've had, whatever hasn't been working, moving forward for you, whatever new ideas you've had around maybe ways you could earn money, more interesting things you could do in your physical space to make your physical space more abundant. Like, it's time to do it now. We got the Page of Pentacles and we got the Eight of Pentacles, and they're both really, really positive cards. So the Page of Pentacles is like a young energy, so it's a beginner energy. So, you know, any ideas you had around making money, anything that you were putting off moving forward on, anything that to do with kind of making money, you know what I mean? Building a house, going back to school. You know, it's physical resources that you can use to improve yourself. So any ideas you've had around that, and it might be in partnership with someone because he's hanging out with a little leprechaun here. But it's time to get moving on that. It's an excellent time to get moving on that. And you might feel like you don't have enough money to get moving on it now, but get moving on it in any way you can. You know, start a Facebook page, get your Instagram up and going, like things like this. You know, do what you can practically do to get started and take some steps and make a plan. I'm a big fan of making a plan. So that's that Page Pentacles energy. Like, now is the time to move forward with anything that you want to improve your circumstances. Great card, you know. Like Page Pentacles does say as well, you might get some invites, you might get some advice. You might, actually that's it as well, you might meet someone who's got some very good advice for you. Or maybe it's time for you to go, if you've been thinking in your head, you've already had someone in your head that you were thinking, they might be able to help me advice-wise, then you're right, go and talk to that person because they definitely have. If even all they have for you is advice, then it's really, really good advice and it's going to take you very far. You know. Yeah. So do maybe include other people now. Well, there's two things. Some of you include other people. And some of you don't. It's just time to do your own thing, you know what I mean? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I like this card. This is a card of, this guy he's got the village back here, right? And he decided to leave his village in order to concentrate, like not leave them a million miles away, but he's secluded himself in order to focus very seriously on becoming an expert at what he does, which he now is because of all the practice he's done. So he's carved each and every one of these pentacles And with each pentacle he's carved, he's become better at it. And now he's got a finished, beautiful project that he can sell and use to make money. So this is the type of energy we should be going for now. It's all about work, you know what I mean? It's about focusing on work and what you want to become better at. Like the Eight of Pentacles does represent self-study. If you are thinking of studying, it's a very good time to do that. But it's a time of work. Like the thing is, I do think about this card, like you might be feeling a tiny bit frazzled, just a small bit, you know what I mean? Or like a tiny little bit sick of something and you're a bit like, yeah, can it just take off now? But like, fact is, no, there's still work to be done. But you are becoming an absolute professional at what you're doing. Like, you know, you are becoming a master. You're becoming a master at what you're doing. And every second more you spend doing what it is and, you know, focusing excitedly on the project, it's all just benefiting you. Like, so this is just all really, really good. Really, really good energy. But this is a card of focusing on your work. You know what I mean? So that's what's needed now. You know, if you're kind of like, oh, so the creative is in charge, so can we just do the creative? No, you have to do the work as well. But fact is, your work is creative. Like these are all tied together, you know what I mean? So, and there's just great joy here, guys. And there is the potential for like serious victory, success. That's what the Six of Wands card is. And then with all these really positive cards, this is such a positive reading, you know? It is such a positive reading, but we need to take care of this guy, the selfish guy who's just looking after himself, you know, that energy, don't help nobody. Like the fact is, if you need to pull away from people around you in order to focus on what you want to do, that's not selfish energy, that's self-love, that's looking after yourself. You know what I mean? But get your creative juices flowing. Like your creativity can help you now as well to figure out more and better ways to make your, whatever it is you're working on, more interesting, you know? Yeah. This has been a very good reading, guys. I'm really pleased about this. I really didn't want to release another like, oh my god, everyone feels so bad. No, we are all healing and we're moving on and we're feeling so much better. Ooh, it's great. Okay, I'm going to leave it there though. I just want to look at the numbers for I think I did already. What's that? What? 20, 30, 37, 37 and 3, 40. Ah, okay. It's building a structure. It's building your solid foundation. So this is it, you know what I mean? Like, building our foundation. In order to create something, create a working business for ourselves, create the space we need to become a master, or to create whatever it is that we're creating, that we're becoming the master of, like, we need to base these things on very solid foundation, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just throw up a load of matchsticks and build a house on top of it. Like, it doesn't work like that, you know what I mean? So that's what's happening, and that's why all that dark shadow work was needed in the Mercury Retrograde, because things like that, if we don't deal with them, they come out and bite us at the wrong time, you know what I mean? Or because it was in Scorpio, they come out and sting us at the wrong time. So now we've done a load of dealing with it. We also are aware that we have very dark things going on in our subconscious at times. And now the next time they come out to surprise us, we won't be so surprised at the, you know, what they are and the grossness of some of them and all that kind of, you know, that kind of thing, or the intensity of them. We'll be like, oh, hang on, I've done this before. I know what this is, and I've done it before. I'm just gonna sift through it a little bit, but you know, not too much. But so that's done. And now we're building the foundation. We're building a very solid structure on top of a very clear mind that is, or strengthened mind, because of what we've done. And this is a time, so it is a time of, you know, creative creation. Tell me, it's time for vision boards, guys. Get your vision boards out. Get your, I don't know, Pinterest. I don't use it, but like other people do. For vision boards and stuff like that. I prefer to have something on my actual wall that I can touch and that I'm writing myself. I'm gonna print a few pictures, put them up there. A lot of pictures. I think it's supposed to have a lot of pictures. Yeah, but now is the time for building our solid foundation. Yeah, so that, but we're not starting from scratch. Like, I'm not saying that. Okay, some of us are, but like this isn't really starting from scratch. I feel like this is work that's already been. You're just doing work that you've already done some work on. So you already have maybe the foundation built. Now we're on the first level, the ground floor. You know what I mean? We're starting to erect walls, and we're starting to choose, I don't know, what kind of flooring we want. These are metaphors, guys. Obviously, like, I'm not building a house either. But I am building something, you know what I mean? I'm building what I want to build. And I do genuinely feel like I'm on about the first floor. I think that's interesting, but of course, all these readings apply to me as well. Well, all of them, this one does. And the up-leveling. I really, really, really like the Judgment card, you know what I mean? And don't worry too much if you feel like, you still, you don't have everything you need to invest in your business and it's not all going to take off tomorrow. Like, that's okay. You just we have to start where we're at as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing tarot card readings on YouTube now, like, and my background isn't beautiful, and apparently that's how you get, like, more people watching. But, I have to start where I'm at. This is where I'm at. And anyway, I like them. So, yeah. And on that note, so the point is, start where you're at. We need to all just start where we're at, and it is enough. And you're becoming a master. We're all becoming much, much better at what we're doing. We're in a much more positive mindset. We're aware that this Scorpio toxic energy exists, and we've done a lot of work around it. We've healed an awful lot around it. There's always more healing can be done, but that's not what the time is for. Now the time is for working and getting out there and doing what we want, wands as well as creative energy around what you want to actually do with your life. You know what I mean? And we're up-leveling. So it's excellent and it's exciting and I really like it. Okay, guys, I'm going to wish you peace and love. I think I've managed to keep the reading under 30 minutes. It's about to run out. Love you lots. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful rest of the few weeks. See you later. Bye. Like, subscribe, share if you want to. I would appreciate it because it really, really helps my channel to get out there. Like, even just share it on your page, or you don't have to, whatever. Okay, bye guys.